Just checking the video, and I think with this one, I gotta take a little bit of my own medicine because I'm talking about discipline in this series, but we always gotta be disciplined. So I gotta even discipline my content output, and actually like keep things in check and not just completely act as though we don't have limitations. I'm gonna try to wrangle in this series. I don't know if that was the right use of that word, but I'm gonna try to bring this one back. So I'm gonna start bringing the chickens home. I'm gonna start bringing the cows home, and even the cowboys, and bring this one in because everyone gotta go to bed at night to stay healthy, or go to bed sometime. But I think still sleeping at night is the best time to sleep. But so a person asks a question on a channel that it could be appreciated as very deep to look at it verbatim. Why am I here? That's a very deep existential question on the face, on the, not as much on the face, but at the essence of that. That's a deep existential question, part excellent. That might be as excellent of any question as you could offer on an online space. Then that could as easily be appreciated by keeping the expression but changing the terms into what am I here, or just what am I? And I just wanted to address that like thought as a thought motion or thought exercise, to have like maybe content and original thought, which is not entirely original because I didn't ask the question, but it's like collaborating to conceive, to enunciate something that had not been said before that point, at least in this channel, or this area of the digital learning ethers like YouTube. But so to say, if someone were to ask me what am I, I'd say, from a superficially not entirely knowing, you are likely a cause and effect. You are an inheritor of different very profound causes, some of which would resemble you in terms of your ancestors. But then even the things that weren't your ancestors, they'd resemble what you resonate with and what you value, where your choices in food, locations to frequent, therefore the types of people you meet, the experiences you have, the things that would present themselves and then soon become you, are in reciprocity and in sympathy with your real value, your real essence. These are your causes, and they're yet yours because they are in reciprocity and in collaboration with you. Then from there you have prerogative and choice, which is deep, and then that amounts to how those causes are you and become you, but then become effects to be felt by you and others, and then become causes again. So it's maybe like a rebirth, just like the leaves fall down and then become the earth, and the earth becomes the leaves, and the leaves fall down. You could say that cause and effect might be like that. We are so many causes, and the cause of so many causes, and then we are there by so many effects, and the effects of so many effects, and there again the causes of so many causes, and the causes of so many effects, and the effects of so many causes, and the effects of, so like that. You're that, and then you're likely maybe a little bit superficial because we're in a superficial paradigm. You're likely maybe Eurocentric in terms of value or understanding, because I think that a lot of the matrix is skewed because you can appreciate that outcomes are disparate. As I was making this video series tonight, I was accosted by an adult in a vehicle to ask me a useless question that would appear to be interviewing me for some form of outcome or further engagement that was not presented in how I was engaged, by asking for directions somewhere that a person wouldn't know. Having undertaken to go somewhere in a vehicle without GPS, ostensibly to deliver something or to meet someone somewhere. I don't think you would be sightseeing in a residential area. So if someone were to say, how do you get to this museum? How do you get to this park? That might, if anything, be a reason to go somewhere without GPS, although that's still questionable. But that you would ask for a residential area with location without GPS, having an actual reason to go somewhere you don't know without GPS is unlikely. So from that standpoint, I can extrapolate I was being interviewed for some type of outcome that wouldn't be favorable, and the reaction was tasteless and not enjoyable. While I'm at near a well-to-do college campus where a lot of people are having experiences that are cooler than that. That's an example of segregated outcomes. How I would end up at that location being addressed that way. You could say that some of that is my doing, but it's a very stark contrast from the experiences people are having in that exact vicinity location. People on cool dates, cool friends, not getting that type of car talking at them like that type of bogus, disingenuous, dishonest interaction. You have people doing cool stuff right there in front of me, and then likely behind closed doors, people would be doing way cooler stuff than the type of experience I was having there. Lately, recently, I've been working very hard and doing the best I can with what I have, and I had been for a long time, which can be appreciated as being like a professional, like school bus driver, whatnot, a student, whatnot, a 1099 worker, whatnot, a content creator, whatnot, different stuff that is above board and honest on the surface, and for intents and purposes, and then get that type of experience in contrast with what other people are experiencing. That's some of the skewed outcomes, and that would be a function of some deeper form of bias I would appreciate in terms of just the different segregation that occurs in life in our heads, to segregate, to differentiate different perceptions as having meaning. Part of how we find meaning is from segregation. I have a green sweater there and a purple shirt. I therefore segregated the two of those and found some form of meaning, or understood them as different by means of segregating the colors. The internet does the same thing, and you can appreciate that in the outcomes. And I would say if they skew for anything that I could appreciate as a singular, as a unifying value of the internet matrix apparatus, generally speaking, it's Eurocentrism. So people that present European or can be appreciated as European have a different outcome than people that don't. With my hair in braids like this, I have different outcomes and experiences life than when I rock my hair as an afro, which I can't rock my hair as an afro indefinitely because you have to pick it so much that it starts to like get finer and fall out if I pick it too much. It's not falling out, but if I pick it that much to keep it untangled, I'll do more pulling than I would in braids, so it can get longer on braids. But I also enjoy the appearance of the braids also, which are somewhat European, and that's my prerogative because I'm as much European as I am African in ancestry. But sometimes we're only allowed to be certain parts of ourselves, even though that's who we are. But I would say that from the engagement with some content, the content where I did one with a black and white filter because I thought it might look cool. That video has different, my skin would actually appear fair in a black and white contrast. And then my videos with blonde extensions, which is more so European looking than my other content, has more traction. And that's just a small example of some of the skewing of engagement and therefore outcome online that can be appreciated as both segregating, and that segregating doesn't have to be racist in itself, but just differentiating different things is what the internet does. And also preventing and blocking and inviting is actually segregation, but not necessarily around racial lines, but it's still segregating. And if I had to pick out a value, I'd say it skews Eurocentric. Then you are also likely, but I say the deepest thing, if I would say anyone is anything, it is that you are largely what you feel, and you actually feel more than what you're aware of. One time, if you can actually feel things like if you had certain influences, you could feel parts of your body that you're not used to feeling, and it would be unsettling and or inspirational and or enlightening and or informative. You can feel a lot of different things. That's actually some of this content where I'm talking about approaching our awareness differently, disciplining our awareness differently. Part of that is feeling differently, and that's a feature of awareness, but also a sensation and a benefit and a blessing. It's just to feel things. So I'd say you are what you feel as you come into your body. A lot of times we're very intellectual. There's a book named something Lowland, a Dr. Lowland. He said that sometimes people who have challenges that are appreciable in terms of their development of personality and experience of socializing, they might hold their head like a little bit at an angle like that. And that's actually a little bit of the sensation of becoming focused in our mental perception, in our heads, intellectualizing, and having a little bit of a disconnection from our visceral, that means our experience of feeling our body. Some of that you can see in the angle that someone holds their head. But there is more to be felt in our body, and if you come back into your body and really feel what you're feeling, that's how you're existing right now, and that's a lot of what you are, but that's not all of what you are. Then I'd say what you mean to other people, like what you mean to other people is like the fact that you're someone's brother or husband or lover or son or rival. What you mean to people is a lot of what you are, but what you mean to people, what you mean to be to people, what you intend to people, that's a lot of what you are. What you sacrifice for is a lot of what you are. What you're willing to sacrifice and have sacrificed for is a lot of what you are. And but a lot of your choice, what you choose to be, is what you are. That's maybe the deepest thing. But also what and who you love, and what you love is who you are. I say that's the deepest thing. Who you are is what and who you love.